We are now here in Chinoni Air Village in Zimbabwe, and we are visiting a farmer here who is adopting soil and water conservation practices under the coffee banana system. So we are here with the students from the Department of Agricultural Production doing a Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Land Use and Management and the Masters of Science in Soil Science, and also a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture with Animal Science option. So basically we are here to expose students to actually how these farmers are doing these practices right in the field.
Buli gajja mu kanyigo gayingira wano ne gayingira n'eno bwe gava wano nga gamaze okutuula ne gajja ate agayita wali waggulu gasibira wano eno tegatuuka ekigagaana okutuuka amazzi gano bwe gaba gatambula ne manures gatambula n'ettaka kati ettaka wano mba ndisibye nga
the doctor is asking that why is it that the farmer decided to make the fanya other than the fanya chin?
In other words, you were told the difference between fanya chin and fanya chin. Taste. The other side before it runs over here. But also, I don't know what would have happened if the farmer had done what? The fanya chin. It should not be. You see, what you see on the surface, very rich root activity. So the more you disturb, the more you destroy, and these are the roots of the coffee. So the more you limit the destruction, like this should have been like this width is enough, and then a bit of more excavation to create an ideal depth. So maybe just a slight modification, but what the farmer is doing is really fantastic. Yeah. And we like this. This is what we see. We want to see in the other gardens. We saw where coffee is dying, bananas are dying. It is to do with the management.
So if you don't have this, you are simply creating another running channel for the water. Within, yeah. And then that means the water will just run and exit from somewhere.
You lose it. And maybe when do we make the fanya chin?
Yes, and when do we make the fanya chin? Where would you expect the fanya chin now? Here. And why?
Because we are allowing water to enter our garden.
Exactly.
But and the others we are to move.
Yeah, and that's why this should have been also a fanya chin in this case. Yeah. But our thinking is that the farmer is smart, knowing that there is some other water that will come from there. Yeah. So he wants to keep this water at this part to benefit this part. Yeah. Then now the water that comes from the other channel can accumulate. But you may also prove the farmer is thinking in this case. Can you?
Soil, here with this fanya juice, the soil run moving, but also you are trying to retain water the other side.
Yeah.
But and also what I've heard is the fanya chini, the upper part, meaning the fanya chini. But also most likely the lower part of the field, where you have to stop any movement of the water. So it's like the fanya juice is between the fields, and the fanya chin is outside the boundaries of the fields.
Yeah, makes sense. Exactly. And then of course we had discussions like Dr. Ulpo was saying already. Over time, these are going to turn to what we call bench terraces. But what you can see also, and scientifically, that over time you are going to have rich soils along this.
Because whatever is filled up,
yes, but also whatever is coming is stopped.
So how best can you, in case rain comes, how best can you prevent that soil from being washed inside here? Improve what the farmer is doing.
Yes.
You stabilize this with grass bands, both above and below, so that soil is held in place.
Examples
of the grasses.
Of the grasses.
Not
Which
just
ones?
any grass.
Not any grass. Napier and the other. Okay.
Especially we are using the fodder, grasses, or the
So there is logic also for choosing those.
We have got lab.
Yeah.
It is there, the mukuna. It can work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And maybe I don't know why he has not extended.
I think he just started.
And also we need to know the interval of spacing. You need to get information about the slope so that you are able to tell what is the next level I should establish this contour. How like that, and it will depend on the
slope
steepness.
And this is the same factors apply you consider when you are designing the bench terraces as well. So you look at the type of the soil, the amount of rainfall, and then the slope, and the other factors that we looked at in the. Okay.
That's now what we want.
Even the type of crop.
You can get a book.
A book, yeah.
Yeah, somebody stands there.
With a straight
the first
stick.
20 was there. You move as you are moving down. Yeah, it's a bit of
High
more
level.
practical.
Yeah.
Let's look at it.
You are you conscious about the angle here? Yes, you can ask about that.
You are using the middle line here?
Yeah, we are moving.
It has come.
Let's go the middle line.
That angle is very
Okay. Kengaba. Echai. Against
Until this one is aligned into that center line. That means now that height is the same, because you are looking for areas with the same elevation, and that is where the contour is going to pass, and it's not going to be straight. Eh?
So it will keep, depending on how this landscape is.
And
If you're lucky and it is the same elevation, then you just move straight.
Within the contour. Yeah. And if that slope can only be natural, because the general slope is downwards, but along the contour it can be that side, that direction, or this direction, and that will also determine the orientation of the tie bands.
So usually it depends on the type of crop you are. Because we don't want it to go deep beyond the root zone. It depends on the root zone. But usually in the coffee we make it like 2 feet down.
And also the amount of rainfall.
You have. Yeah. Because if it is too deep, it will not benefit your root zone.
Yeah.
Shade in the coffee, we also need ample light in the coffee. That's why we increase the spacing of banana. If coffee is 10, banana is 20. So what is the real spacing? The real spacing of coffee, it is 10 feet by 10. We are making it 10 by 10. If it is like about 3.5 or 3.3 meters by 3.
So with banana, what is the spacing?
If it is intercrop, I'm saying if it is intercropped, banana is 20 feet. Banana coffee, that is it. But coffee is 10, banana is 20.
So coffee is standard?
Coffee is standard. If my aim is banana and banana is 10, then I can have coffee 20 by 20. If the main crop is banana now, 10 by 10.
If you don't have tobacco on this garden, the damage on the coffee is enormous. By including this tobacco here, it has helped you do the work, and you have saved on spraying with pesticides. Then that is smart biocontrol.
If you know your height, so you can estimate basically the height from the ground. If you know your height, me I'm 1.66, so I could say 1.60 somewhere is here. So we basically know the length, but for you to be able to construct properly Pythagoras, you need an eye level. The eye level, that's why we use a stick. You mark a stick, and then somebody goes to a certain point there. So once that person is able to properly see the eye level, that means you almost have your you're almost like you're on a perpendicular level, and then this is mostly your what you call the hypotenuse? What do you call it? Yes. So you have the height, the right angle, and then yes, just imagine a Pythagoras thing, something like that. Then you calculate. You can do that in the field even without a tape measure, but using what? Your pace factor.
But also that's where the clinometer comes. To give you the percentage immediately.
Yes, if you don't have it.
But this is where you don't have it.
Yes. Like with the A-frame.
And now when you
improvise the clinometer.
Thank you so much.
You have your height, you can get.
And how do you determine the pace factor?
And then
Yeah, that one is.
The pace factor.
Were you taken through that? How to determine your pace factor? Do you know it?
Go once, twice, and get average.
But you must know the distance.
But there must be, in other words, you take a known distance.
Like me, I'm pointing.
farmer is actually managing this field quite well. Started by taking us through how we got into the coffee system. So he was once a businessman, but decided to say no, I should go into cropping. So he chose coffee because it was easy to manage, and of course also in terms of the value. But along the way, because of intercropping, he said no, he should also integrate banana. So then hence banana coffee farming system. But aware of the challenge of slope, then he must do what we call soil and water conservation. So what is interesting is that the farmer is aware of how to establish, for example, contours, and he uses what we call the A-frame. So we expose students to how you can actually use easy to get tools to determine the points of the same height that will give you your contour line. Now these contour ditches are meant to help in capturing the water. This is eventually used slowly by the crop, but also away of the slope. It's quite a steep slope, about 5 to 10% here. You are likely to have runoff, so you will lose not only the soil but also the nutrients. So because the farmers managed to do this, you can see the coffee plants are doing very well, the banana is doing well, and it's also integrating mulching. So these are some of the practices that we teach. For example, I teach soil and water conservation in class, but of course this is an opportunity for students to appreciate that these practices are actually needed in the field, and you need to know how to establish them. Now we are here, and students have been able to get the answers and appreciate, and we have also been able to actually advise the farmer on how best to actually improve these practices. So either way, win-win, student learns, farmer also learns something. We thank the District Agriculture Officer, Zimbabwe, for allowing us to interact with this farmer, and I think we have learned a lot, and the students have learned something new. Thank you very much.